Hello.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Becki.
Hey, Michelle. Thank you for having me today. I'm so excited to do our Jules chat tonight.
Me too. This is always such a fun night. I look forward to Monday night all week long because, especially in this February month of love, and we love our businesses so much.
Yes, yes.
So, as you are all jumping on here, comment live if you're watching us live, comment replay if you're catching this a little bit later. And let's see, what should we see? What as we're in this month of love, why don't you tell us if you already are a little familiar with Park Lane? Tell us something that you love about Park Lane. Is it that you love your stylist? Do you love a particular piece of jewelry? Do you love something that you've learned about the jewelry, especially as part of this event that we're doing right now, our Galentine's event? Tell us what you love. We would love to hear that.
Yeah.
Becki, I love that look you have on.
Well, first of all, speaking of love,
oh, that's so
cute. We love our Park Lane jewelry, whether you're casual or dressed up. There's always a reason and a perfect look. So there's my love, Park Lane.
I agree. I agree so much. I love working with such fantastic men and women on this team, like Becki and so many others. If this is not the first time you've checked out a live here on this page, you know that there are so many amazing faces that come and share, men, women, north, south, east, west, all across the country, Midwest. I always feel like, does the Midwest feel left out when we say north, south, east, west? I don't know. We love you all. We love everyone. And what we're here tonight is to just share a bit about what we love so much about our businesses. So my name is Michelle Zito. I'm a company VP here and the leader of Team Shine On, the group that is putting this event on for you. I'm in New York and I'm here with Becki Rojas, who is one of the amazing leaders on our team. She's located in Texas. And we hope that in sharing what we love about our business, you might find something that you love as well, and that it might be something that fits into your life. So Becki and I have actually been working together for quite a few years now. Is it 10?
It's 10 years.
Oh, it's 10 years that we have had the absolute pleasure of working together. And what's funny is that both Becki and I did work for a different direct sales company first. But what's even funnier is that it was the same other company, even though we didn't know each other back in those days. So when we started working together here, it was like, wait, that's where you were too? And neither of us knew. So that has always been a fun little thing that we have. But Becki, why don't you tell a little bit about your kind of journey here to Park Lane, or even how you started in direct sales and then found your way here?
Absolutely. So I've been in the direct sales space for now almost 20 years. That kind of dates me, I guess. I've been in this space for almost 20 years now. And, I was working a full-time job after college, took the route everybody told us to do. I always say nobody grew up saying, I want to be the jewelry lady, right? So I did all the things I was supposed to do. And I just wasn't fulfilled in my full-time job. It was in retail. And I happened upon direct sales. And I was able to use my leadership skills and the interaction with customers just filled my cup in a way that not anywhere in corporate you could find. So I fell in love with direct sales. And about 10 years ago, Park Lane was looking to expand in the area. They found me. And I thought, this is amazing, and made the leap of faith, jumped over from one direct sales company to here. With leadership experience, I was able to come in at the same level that I was previously and never looked back. I actually left my corporate job 4 months after leaving my previous company. And one of the things that a lot of people don't know is I had been trying to find a way to leave corporate and do it full time, but the math never mathed, and our girl math here at Park Lane, it just kept going and it really worked. So I took the leap of faith and left corporate 4 months after coming here. And over the years, my paycheck here has done everything from cover the bills when my husband lost his job to being our fun money when we were both working and everything in between.
It is amazing how many different seasons direct sales can carry you through.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah.
that's that's one of the flexibility and the needs that you can find within Park Lane it's amazing. Getting paid weekly, it really does help you budget, motivate you, almost instant gratification, which is kind of one thing that I love.
Yeah, I'll take that too, for sure.
Yes, and tell me a little bit about your journey with direct sales and Park Lane.
Yeah, it's funny because when you said 20, that you're here in direct sales for 20 years, I just hit 26 years and I'm like quite a bit older than you. So I was like, oh boy, wow. I always forget like how really young you were when you started.
Mm-hmm.
Because I always feel like I was young when I started. I was in my 20s, right? Yes, I was in my 20s. But you were obviously earlier in your 20s. But anyway, when I was a teacher on maternity leave, I really wanted to kind of extend the time that I was home. So when my son was born in November of 1999, now I did that like nice long FMLA and everything. And then now it's the summer, and I was like, oh man, when school starts in September, I kind of didn't want to go. I wanted to continue to
Who
be
wants
home.
to go back, right?
But in order to do that, we were going to have to find a way to pay the COBRA to extend the health insurance. And I'm sure that's a challenge that many of you have faced as well. And at that time, $600 was the amount for that COBRA. So it was going to have to be do something to make $600 so that we could, pay that bill and then continue to stay home. And I had hosted a party with our previous company. And the girl that did my party told me she made $200. So I said, okay, I guess if that's the case, and if I do 3 parties a month, I'll be able to pay the COBRA. So in June of 2000, I bought a kit. I did 3 parties and I made $604.62. I'll never forget that number. It's burned in my brain. And my husband and I were like, wow, that actually was like pretty straightforward. You know, if you need $600, do 3 parties, you'll make about $200 a party. There you go. So it was like, well, then if I did 5 parties, would I make $1,000? Let's try that. And I would have a little extra. So I did that for July. And then in August, somebody wanted to join on with me. And I was like, oh, wait, you make more money from that. Okay. I didn't realize that. So good thing that all these lessons were quickly learned, because as it turns out, I was pregnant when school started anyway and would have had to go on another maternity leave without any FMLA saved up because I used it all the year before. So kind of stayed out another year, kind of continuing to do the shows, started, having people join my team. The year after that, or maybe I guess it was 2 years after that, now had my daughter. So now I've been out for a couple of years and finally just decided, you know what, that's going to be far too much daycare to pay. I guess I'll just continue on this path. So that's what I did for the next 14 years. I stayed on that path. And then kind of like what happened with Becki, I got a call from Park Lane where they wanted to know if I was be interested in hearing about their programs. I initially declined because I was like, oh, I'm not looking to make a change. And they're like, well, it may not even necessarily be about making a change. It might be just about you knowing what other programs are out there. And I was like, well, I guess that's true. Yeah. So I ended up going on the interview almost at this exact time, 12 years ago. It was in January of 2014 that I went on the interview. And that's where the light bulbs really went off because, Becki mentioned that she was able to leave her corporate job 4 months into working here. And when I looked at the programs on my interview, I was able to very quickly do the math in my head that if it was Park Lane's programs with my other company's team, I would have been making double or more of what I was making there. Mm-hmm. And so to Becki's earlier point of like, she needed a certain amount of money. That money just didn't exist there. And it did exist here. Mm-hmm. So I did end up making that switch over to here 12 years ago. And I mean, I just came all by myself, party of one, but was given the sales vice president title, just like Becki was given the title of what was equivalent to her title at that time. And then it's been all growth for both of us and many others since. So in our time here, the 10 for Becki, the 12 for me, we've had the great pleasure of teaching people this business that have absolutely no sales experience and are trying this for the first time, as well as other people who came over from direct sales of another company and just needed to take those skills and apply them to a new product or a new industry at all. So with that, we've mentioned now a few times, it's the programs, right? Now, before you even talk about programs, though, you do want to know that you're joining a solid company, because some of you may be watching this because the company that you previously worked for closed, or they've changed the programs so many times that you barely even recognize the company. Or you're saying, I would like to not deal with all of this that I've heard other people deal with. I would like to join the right place the first time and not have to bounce around. So just so that you're all aware, Park Lane is a 70-year-old family owned and operated company, the same family the whole time. Now, the original founders have since passed away, but that second generation has been the co-owners of the company, the three sons, for over 20 years now. And their children are doing jobs at the home office, important, jewelry design and payroll and all kinds of things. And then even those little ones, the children of some of them do not jobs, but fun tasks at the home office and stuff. So that this company is really their family legacy company. And I feel like because of that, it's Becki's family legacy company. It's my family's legacy company. And all of us can be so strong in knowing, right? Like confident in knowing that this company is going to be here for us. They've been approached to be purchased countless times over 70 years. Their answer has been the same every time. We're not for sale. So absolutely love that. And then with that, they created a strong foundation of programs. So Becki, the program I find that a lot of the people that come to watch this are familiar with is the customer sale. Yeah. Now, you worked in retail even before being in direct sales. So you know what a good deal does to people. So why don't you give a brief once over of the sale and how you feel like it benefits us as the stylists so much in addition to the customers?
I feel like everybody can relate to this. I know not all of us go to the malls anymore or a department store, but think about this. If you could walk into your favorite store and go and pick 2 pairs of socks or 2 lower end like basic t-shirts or tanks, and then you get to go walk over to that designer area and get 4 half off items, that is what we get to do every single day. And typically in other places where you can buy jewelry, the sale items are last season, it's end of season. And at Park Lane, we allow our customers to get brand new pieces. We just launched a line a couple weeks ago, and you're able to, as a customer, purchase those items at half off when you buy 2. So I love being able to provide that girl math to each one of our clients when they shop with us.
Yeah. And I mean, how many of you watching have taken advantage of that amazing sale where you are just racking up half price pieces, all because you grabbed like a pair of studs like the Indigo or some Dior inspired Dubby earrings and things like that. And then all of a sudden, your rosy ring was half price and your marshmallow bracelet was half price, and just so many fantastic pieces. And then on top of that, they were like, actually, I know that also on your list, you had an impression bracelet. You had the Lush bracelet in the brand new purple color, like Becki said. That can even be a bonus item now. We can make this high-end, brand new, just came out 2 weeks ago bracelet be $35 instead of $146. That always drives me crazy in the mall because it's like, oh no, the coupon can only be used on the mismatched size bathing suit with the lipstick mark on the ledge, like on the shoulder, right? And here it's like, you can use the coupon if you want to call it that on brand new things.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Now,
those bonus buys are the best.
Right. And then, so now there's two things we know about women in shopping, right? One is that we love a good deal on quality pieces, and Park Lane is not costume jewelry. That is something to know as well. There's a big difference between costume jewelry, which is what you find in some of those aforementioned mall stores, right? Not department stores, and like, you know, the stores I'm talking about, right? The independent costume jewelry stores. And then there's fashion jewelry, which is what Park Lane is, which is all of the elevated metals, like the 14 to 22 karat electroplated gold, the CZs, the mother of pearl, glass pearls, genuine quartz, all of those types of things. And then, of course, there's fine jewelry, and that's the Tiffany and things that we're always like, yeah, I don't have the money for that. So that's where fashion jewelry really is the sweet spot of jewelry. So we love a great deal on quality items, right? So we have that for sure. But we also love to tell our friends about a great deal, right? Like, and it doesn't matter what it is, right? A great deal at the grocery store, you're telling your mom. A great deal at the mall, you're telling your sister, your best friend. A great deal anywhere. A great deal. Oh, send me a link. How many times people say, I love your sweater, send me a link, right? Well, here we call that the hostess program, right? Because comment hostess if you have been a hostess with your stylist, where you invited your friends in to some sort of shopping event, whether it was online, whether it was on Zoom, on Facebook Live, in person, at your home, in a restaurant. There's so many types of ways to do parties in 2026, but that's really our hostess program. So Becki, you came again from another direct sales company. You knew that was also a party plan. You knew the benefit of what having a strong hostess program does for your business. So in your 10 years here, I know you're not still doing parties for friends and family, right?
No.
And it's because of the hostess program. So why don't you explain to everybody why that is?
I think just how gracious we are in our program, right? It's not about how much your friends spend. It's just that they're there and they do spend something. I love that you can have 10 orders and get over $400 in jewelry shopping. I mean, you can just get everything you love. And on top of a shopping spree, we also offer half price items and that bonus item that you were just talking about with that Luxe bracelet. You're able to pick and choose how you want to apply that hostess credit. So it's very generous to our hostesses.
And who doesn't want a $400 plus free and discounted shopping spree? And that's why so many hostesses host multiple times, like over the years. I'm here 12 years. I have multiple hostesses that have a party once a year. So I have hostesses that have had like 12 parties because they have at least one a year, or maybe every other year, or every season and a half, and that shows you how great the parties are, right? That they're fun, that their friends love taking advantage of the sale, and that it's worth it to them to let us meet those friends and family, because really that's what a hostess program is. So look at how wonderful it is on both sides of the coin, everyone. It's wonderful for the hostess because by sharing, a fun event with friends and family, they get to shop the amazing sale on the gorgeous jewelry. And then on the side of the coin for us, that's how we meet wonderful additional people like yourselves, right? A hostess is saying, here's all my friends and family. Please go ahead and wow them with the jewelry because I think they're going to love it as much as I do. And that's why a hostess program is something you want when you're getting involved in direct selling. Because if you don't have a hostess program, it's a lot harder to meet customers because now you have to go find every single person.
And the other caveat to that is our hostess program doesn't impact us as a stylist. This is something that our company provides. I have seen in other companies where it's coming out of a stylist pocket and not here at Park Lane. It is a program that helps to support us to grow our businesses and to share the jewelry more and more.
Yeah, because if you have to pay for the hostess benefits, then you don't have a hostess program.
Mm-mm.
You have that maybe the company said they'll pay you more, but you're going to have to go paying for everything that the hostess receives. Then that's not more money,
Mm-mm.
So that's a problem. You want the company paying for those hostess credits. And some of you right now may be watching and saying, you know what, I used to have a hostess program. They took it away. And that's a cost saving measure. That's really not a cost saving measure because now business is declining.
Yep.
And our owners and our CEO especially started in the field and knows exactly the importance of a host program. And I mean, I've had personal messages that the CEO will send me and say, I can't believe the way these companies take away their hostess programs. It's the crux of the program. It allows everyone to enjoy the jewelry as much as possible. So now those two programs added together is what can make the compensation program be so robust for all of us as stylists. And that's really the part of where we are. Because as I was on my interview, I'm saying, wow, that customer program is so awesome. It almost sounds like a hostess program. Now they explain the hostess program, and I was like, well, who wouldn't have a show? I mean, that's like really amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So now they can fund an absolutely spectacular compensation program.
Mm-hmm.
The type of compensation program that led me to see, I would be making more than double what I make at my current company if I had a similar team here. And that has been way crazy true. Like it's way more than double in the 12 years I'm here. And the type of compensation program that allowed Becki, having worked years at her other company, to leave her corporate job 4 months into her job here.
And I probably could have left a few months earlier, but it's kind of scary. Like when you have a W-2 job and you have insurance paid, right? You were talking about Cobra. To make that leap of faith to say, oh, I can do this, to believe in yourself and your company in that capacity, it did take me about 2 months to say, okay, like to verbalize and say, okay, we're going to do this.
Right.
But I never look back at that decision. It has brought me so many blessings to my family. It's you can't even put a dollar sign on it.
And that's, of course, what Becki wanted, was to, move on from that regular job that she also had. Now, many people on our team like or continue to need their full-time job for whatever that reason is. And tons of our team does this as like their side hustle, right? So they use this as either their fun money. They use this as supplemental because they used to have overtime at their job. They don't anymore. Or listen, things have gotten expensive. Hours are being cut. Certain industries have been cut. And this can be that either supplemental income in that case, and it can be a replacement income. It can be whatever you need it to be at any given time throughout your needs. So then what is that compensation program? Well, when starting stylists are at 30% commission of net sales, of retail sales, that's a huge difference, and something that I feel is important to talk about because there are many companies that require you to keep stock. And then they say that your commission is higher. Well, guess what? If you have to buy it all up front first and then sell that actual item, when I do a show and I show this bracelet, I'm showing a sample of this bracelet. And then when someone wants to order it, if you were ordering this, Park Lane, like it gets ordered on a link that goes to Park Lane. Park Lane bags it, boxes it, puts it in a mailing box, mails it to the customer. My bracelet goes back into the bracelet box here on my right. And then the next party I do, I pick it back up and show it again.
and that bracelet that you earned for free with our other incentives. So,
Correct.
like you didn't have to you don't have to keep in reinvesting, right? You get to keep that compensation that you're earning every single month and use it for your family instead of having to reinvest in inventory, because not only are we getting compensated, but we also have programs kind of that are as fun as the customer special and the hostess special. They do the same thing for us as stylists, giving us all types of avenues to earn pieces before they drop, get sneak peeks, and all kinds of extra incentives.
It's funny because just sitting here, I didn't know we were going to touch on this so directly, but since things are arm's reach, let's do it. These chats, we never quite know what's going to come up. But yes, so we have that Rich Rewards program where every single month we're able to earn increments of jewelry. So it's a $250 package, and then a $300 package, and then another way to get a $300 package, plus these like piece of the month. Then sometimes they just throw in an extra reason to earn jewelry. And just in real quick, what I have around me, this was like an extra that we earned on top of the normal processes. And this Aspen necklace has been a huge hit this season. The purple version of the Lush bracelet, that was an extra. Oh, by the way, you can earn that this month. The Bluebell was an extra on top of these. This is about $500 worth of jewelry in 3 pieces that I just picked up. And I paid for 0 of them, as did everybody else that earned them in these programs. So if you are currently buying stock that you have to turn around and sell, that's a lot of your money hung up in shelving that just turned your house into a warehouse, your garage, your back room, your spare bedroom. Instead of just having jewelry in trays that are your samples that you get to wear as you please, show at a party as you please, put back away into a tray and show it at your next party. So starting at 30%, moving up through to 50% of personal sales, that's true profit, because we're not buying what we have to turn around and sell. And then on top of that, as you grow a team, Park Lane pays you infinitely deep on your whole entire team all the time. So if you have a team member who then shares the business, and it goes down 50 people, 100 people, you get paid on every single person.
Yep.
Now, some of you are saying, wow, I get cut off at my second line or my second generation, or like whatever terminology these different companies use. And then as it turns out, like you're coaching people in a business that you're not getting paid on them. Or you got paid on them in January, but then in February, your team didn't meet quotas, and then you lost your title, or you got to keep your title, but they used a term like paid as and paid you at a title that's less than your actual title. These are all things that give people a bad taste about direct sales, because who are you to tell me what I get paid as? Like, I worked hard all month. Like, I should know what I'm getting paid. Or people that have to requalify every single month for their title. None of that happens here.
It very much mirrors corporate pay structure, right? Like you come in at a pay level. If I'm a district manager at one place, I'm not going to go somewhere else and make less money. And I'm always paid there or better as you move up. So it's really nice that you don't have to requalify and do those things.
Yeah, agreed. And it becomes a very nice life too, because you're not living in stress. You're not living in fear. When you become a leader, you're not like chasing people around at the end of the month and saying like, oh, do you have your sales? Like leaders don't like that. And people working under leaders don't like that. And it's something that doesn't have to happen here because of how beautifully our compensation plan is written. We earn that free jewelry every single month. We have our Mercedes car program that isn't just for executives. It's for every leadership level. Starting when one person joins your team, you become eligible for that. So some of us take the cash. Some of us drive the Mercedes. Either way, it's something you're entitled to. And tons of people on our team are achievers of that, Becki and I included. And I never in my life had a luxury car like this. The first time I was actually nervous to drive. I still am a little nervous to drive it around. But like I was so almost nervous to drive it around because I couldn't believe like what it felt so fancy to me.
Yeah. I love it. I love it.
And like you don't have to pay for it. It's unbelievable. How about the trips? We've had some really fun times together on trips.
Yes.
And it's amazing that it's 2 free vacations that we have the opportunity to earn. And they're not like secretly meetings or like come to this training before you go to the beach or like before we go to the Eiffel Tower real quick over here, take this seminar. It's like, it's a vacation.
It's a vacation and it's 5-star. You feel amazing on these trips because they wine, they dine you. You're going to see these amazing places. You're surrounded by amazing people. And I don't know about you, but when I'm on these trips, I wouldn't have vacationed in that way for myself, right? They think about little details, they go above and beyond. And it is just truly amazing. And both of our spouses typically travel with us on these trips, and they really get engaged and see and exactly what you've been able to accomplish and earn. So it's nice to be able to incorporate not only us earning trips, but also our family members as well.
Fully agree. I even brought my daughter and my son's girlfriend with us to Paris so that they could even see, because it was just a destination they were both dying to go to, and you're allowed to bring extra people at the company rate. So it was, really, really amazing. So if that part sounds good, guess what? The trip we just started earning, everyone, is to Costa Rica. So if you want to get on board with a free trip to Costa Rica, stay tuned because you can definitely do that with us. In fact, a lot of you might be listening like, okay, how do I actually get started in this, right? And there are 2 ways to get started. Now, number 1 is that, of course, yes, we have a kit. And you can order that kit right now if you want. Your stylist can send you that link. It's $129. And for that, you get to pick out $500 worth of jewelry of your choice. And the minute you hit send, your website is up and running. So you can be a stylist in the next 30 minutes if you would like, and be choosing that jewelry and have that website up and running. And then your stylist is going to, or that person's leader, depending on how new your stylist is, will do that launch party for you. And at a launch party, we work for you. We are working to wow your friends and family with the jewelry. We help take their orders. We do a live or the in-person, whatever the type of show it is. And then at the end of that party, you keep the paycheck so that it's reimbursing you for the kit, so that you're getting the hostess credits that Becki spoke about earlier. So that's a whole additional haul of jewelry that you're getting, so that now you have bookings from your party, maybe people who want to join on with you. You have jewelry from the kit, from the hostess credit, and a paycheck. If that sounds good, then when you fill out the survey in just a couple of minutes, then you're going to click off number 5. Yes, sign me up now. If you already have a party open with your stylist, then you have a leg up already. You have all of that ready to go. That paycheck can be yours, the hostess credit plus getting the kit, that's all there for you. And if you're feeling like, okay, I think I might want to try, then go ahead and say that you want the decider party. Because a decider party is, we're going to set up that same exact show we spoke about, but you can wait to order the kit if you want, and you can get the kit at the end of the party if you decide, yes, we're going to be able to tell you the paycheck is $180. The paycheck is $220. Just recently, we heard someone's paycheck was $600. They had like 15 or 20 people shop on the party, and it was like a $500 or $600 paycheck. That's incredible. That's what's here for you. So we're now in the comments putting a survey into the chat for you. Go ahead and click that survey and answer all the questions. Let us know what additional questions you have that maybe we didn't see. When we do these lives, people share them into lots of places, so we don't always get to see all the questions, but we will certainly answer any questions that you put onto the survey. You can reach out to your leader. You can shoot this page a question, and we will get your questions answered, because with that free jewelry that we earn, we always do a giveaway on this as well. And I have a new line piece, a new collection piece as our prize tonight. And it is the Stormy bracelet set.
Ooh.
Becki, do you find these are just selling like crazy?
They are. They are. You know, with those pull tabs, they really do fit a wide variety of wrist, and they are a great giftable. So I truly feel like they're getting up there as one of the top pieces.
Absolutely. So this is, of course, my sample. These are the ones that will be raffled, but that I got with my Rich Rewards purposely for this. So everyone who completes the survey is going to be entered to win. And that's true whether you're watching live or replay. So go ahead and complete that survey, and we are going to get with you ASAP for any questions or follow-up needed. And I sure hope that we're seeing lots of decider parties and sign me up nows, because why not start a business? You know, some of you have come on this a lot of times now. Some of you are watching for the first time, and that's amazing. Welcome. We're so glad you're here. Some of you are watching this for like the 5th, 6th, 10th, 20th time. Why don't you get off the fence? Why don't you just get off the fence and give it a try?
You know what? You don't have to marry us. You just have to date us. Give it a try. You're going to learn a little bit about yourself. You're going to come away with money in your pocket. You're going to come away with jewelry in your jewelry box. And the learning experience is definitely going to grow you one way or another. And you just never know until you give it a try. So come date us.
True.
See how fun it is. You're going to stay for a while.
We think you'll like us. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining on. We can't wait to share even more as you continue to have your questions answered, because, of course, we have the resources that you need. We have the posts. We have the party scripts. We have the images. We have the training. Everything you're going to need is there. But all you need right now is some excitement and some friends to have a party. So we can't wait to see all of your answers on that survey. Becki, thank you so much again.
Thank you, Michelle, for all you do for our team. And I appreciate you grabbing me on today to do this free jewels chat.
We love it. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.